All right, guys, today we are at the San Francisco Card Show, and I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes, giving you my exact point of view of what it's like to be a sports card dealer. So I'm excited to show you guys the whole experience. Let's just get into it.
One of my first potential deals was a guy who swung by the table earlier, and he had a box full of raw cards he said he'd be interested in moving, so I decided to take a look.
Alrighty, a value box, my favorite thing.
So immediately I took a look. I knew I wasn't going to be able to price out every card by card. There were just too many, so I wanted to get a feel for what was in here. And as I started going through, he had soccer, something I'm pretty knowledgeable about, and it was a lot of base rookies. And base rookies don't really sell in football and basketball, but especially not in soccer. There's a few, there's some color in there, but overall I took a quick look. I knew most of that wouldn't sell for me. Then I started looking at the basketball, something I also know a little bit about. Once again, a good amount of base paper rookies. It's one thing if it's Prism and Optic, but as you see, there's a lot of Donruss and Hoops and other stuff in here. And the problem is I just would have nowhere to move these cards. It's hard enough selling in $5 cards on eBay. It's something I like to do, but it's a lot of work. But these base paper cards, they're never gonna sell for you on eBay. And they're not gonna attract that many people to your dollar box either. So I was kind of just thinking, you know what, no matter the deal, I really have nothing I can do with these.
Yeah, sorry I made you carry it all the way out here. It's just hard to move the base,
Do you have an offer? I mean, I'm just trying to move it, if anything, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't, because the base, I couldn't really even put most of it in the dollar bin. There's some color in here, there's some maxi, there's some good stuff, but
50? No?
No, I couldn't. I don't think you're being unfair with what you're asking at all, but it's probably just not for me.
Okay.
Sorry about that, man.
Thank
I didn't mean to make you carry it all the way in
No,
here.
you're all good.
Thank you, man.
Speaking of dollar box though, while I was over here negotiating another deal, looking at comps on a nice John Morant auto, I love the dollar box, man. It's really just setting up as a dealer. It is, I like to call passive income. Obviously not truly passive. I mean, you're sitting there at the show, but while you're doing something else, I constantly have people going through the dollar boxes, and that just, helps pay for the table, helps pay for some of your expenses. It's just a little trickle, some money you can move into bigger cards, and it's really nice while you're negotiating there, and another deal just comes to you.
Yeah, $5.
Appreciate it.
Thank God.
So far in the day, I hadn't really found any deals that were worth pulling the trigger on, but this guy walked up and he had a lot of stuff that caught my eye. I mean, right off the bat, 2 Keegan Murray 1-of-1s. I was like, okay, there's some good stuff in here. Kept going, Desmond Bain RPA, Christian Braun RPA, a lot of autos, a lot of silvers. I was like, okay, there's especially raw, I could grade some of this stuff, Paolo. I was like, there's stuff in here I would be interested in. I definitely want to try to make something work. And then he had a ton of maxi stuff, a player who was super hot at the time, and he even had some really nice graded stuff. This Contenders Auto Premium PSA 10 really caught my eye. I didn't know the price off the top of my head, but I wanted to ask him where he would be at on it.
And the maxi?
This one is a little tough.
Yeah.
My lowest on it is gonna be like 350. I think the last one did 450.
Okay.
So I'm far from a sports card expert, but after doing this for a little bit, you start to get a feel on the prices of cards. So while I didn't know exactly what this maxi would be selling for, $350 seemed pretty cheap for it. So, not groundbreaking stuff here, but I went and checked comps. I wanted to see, is that actually a good price for it? And based upon what I was seeing, it was tough because there wasn't really any direct comps. There was 9s that were going really high and then 10s that were going really low. So it was a tough one where I kind of had to go with my gut on it. He had a ton of different cards that we had looked at and I was interested in, but eventually we narrowed it down to just that maxi auto, the 2 RPAs, and this stack of maxi raw cards he was asking $20 on. I decided to stay away from the Keegan Murray cards because I just didn't want to be into Keegan Murray, basically a role player in the thousands of dollars.
So here's what I would want to do. These are like 40, right? You said?
Yeah, this one's like 40. This one's a little bit more.
Okay.
But yeah, around there.
I would want to pay 400 for this right here.
For all of it.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think the best I could do for all of that would be like 450.
And I wanted to be at 350.
Yeah.
Oh no, excuse me. I wanted to be at
You want to be at 4, right?
400. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was at the 450. I can work with you to meet in the middle, but
Yeah, I mean, 420.
Sure.
Thank you, man.
As the guy mentioned, this was a tough card to comp, and honestly, I was a little uneasy after buying it. I was like, let me check comps again and make sure I didn't overpay, because a PSA 10 had most recently done 429. So buying it where I did, that was like 90% of the value, which is not a recipe for success as a sports card dealer. But based upon what similar cards were going for, and a PSA 9 had just done 375 on auction, I was confident and just went with my gut, and I was like, you know what, I think I'll be able to sell this one. And shortly thereafter, someone walked up and was actually already interested in that same maxi.
I like the Cam Thomas. What are the prices on both of those?
This one is 475. I think his stuff has gone up a little bit, because even the like paper, like more of the sales are in line with the 9 than it is like the 10 was a best offer. So
Yeah. You take 390 on it?
well, I couldn't do 390. If you called it 400 clean, I could do it.
All right, I can do 400.
Want to do it?
Yep.
Thank you, man.
Originally, I had planned on selling that maxi for a lot more based upon the PSA 9 comp, but as a dealer, sports card trader, anything, you'd never go broke taking a profit. I will say though, it did hurt a little bit going back to make this video and seeing now that the non-variation is going for as high as 850 bucks in a PSA 10, but I had the variation, and you can't live like that second guessing yourself.
Oh, you want to see what it is?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, honestly,
You're going crazy.
cards are cheap.
Yeah, man.
I was literally saying this, like, people saying it's not affordable. They're tripping right now.
No, it is. It's so affordable, bro.
So fucking affordable.
No, it's
That's
I draw the line there.
That's where you draw the line?
wow. The Balogun.
30, bro.
How much?
Like 40 bucks?
No. No way.
Why you acting like I like
Out of 30?
Why you acting I'm stealing from something?
I'll give you 50 right now without looking.
Can't see the bloodstains on his shirt.
I'll give you 50 right now without looking. I'll give you 50.
Oh, no, we're not giving you anything.
Damn, you're killing it, man. I would have done better walking around.
I was mostly just giving my friend Brian there a hard time, but it's true, there definitely is a trade-off for being a dealer. You don't get to get around the room, and because of that, sometimes you're gonna miss some deals like I did there. Those were some awesome soccer cards that I definitely would have wanted to pick up. But you know what? I wasn't gonna let that get me down. I had picked up a Justin Herbert Kaboom earlier in the day, and it had been getting a lot of interest, so I was ready to move it.
What are you asking for? Justin Herbert?
420. It's the last comp is 425 though, so.
Can you do it 360?
The only reason I'm hesitant is because like a BGS 9 just did like 560, and I was just gonna grade it and get a 9 on it, which I think I will. I could do, you said 360? I wanted to be at 380 on it.
Let me think about it.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for checking it out.
So I ended up holding off, and I was kicking myself because I was like, oh man, I think you were too greedy. I had bought it for 300 cash earlier in the day, but luckily he came back. He said he wanted to give me 360 and then a Jamar Chase Red Ice SGC 9.5, and I said, hey, good enough for me.
You sold the Herbert?
I did.
I just came for it.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
That's good.
POV going to Starbucks?
Oh, it's on.
As riveting as my girlfriend's Starbucks review was, unfortunately you guys are going to miss out on that because I had to get back to business. I actually had one more big deal that I came across that I wanted to get done before the day was over. This guy had some insane Barry Bonds cards, my favorite player growing up, and I really wanted to get something done.
This one was at 775.
Okay.
I do 900 on eBay, so I try to take
Yeah.
the fee.
Yeah.
And then this I'm at 4.5.
This is just an art rare.
Or best offer.
But it's like this.
So are there any out there that have sold that are this like non-die cut type of thing?
Other players or bonds?
Bonds.
I've never seen another bonds.
Interesting.
And I think if you look at the pop, there's only one or two.
So let me provide a little context here. This guy had a sick Barry Bonds Topps Finest Gold Refractor from the 90s, but the problem was it was kind of like an error card. That card, from my understanding, was supposed to be die cut, and it was supposed to be serial numbered to 100. But this one wasn't die cut, and it wasn't numbered to 100. I looked up comps on my phone, and I was able to find a couple things that were kind of close, but I was hesitant to pull the trigger on something I didn't know a lot about when it was just kind of a weird, different card. Did that increase the value? Did it decrease the value? I really didn't know.
I would want to be. I don't want to insult you. It's just it's kind of a hard one to comp.
Yeah, just
I would want to be closer to 500 on it.
5 on the gold.
Yeah, just because it's just on. I think I'm just gonna focus on the gold. Yeah. And also, I totally admit my ignorance on this stuff, so I apologize if I don't.
It's okay. We don't gotta like look up comps and do all that. Yeah. I'm not gonna outright say no.
Okay.
But right now, I kind of have to think on it. Does that offer like extend to the end or?
Yeah, I'll
to
be
the
here.
end of the show.
Yeah,
I'll be here
don't
till
worry.
5.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
Okay.
I'll be around.
Think on that one.
Of course.
I was really disappointed we didn't get this deal done because even if I wasn't making the best value play, I wouldn't have minded keeping that one in the collection. So at the end, I upped my offer. One last shot at maybe bringing this beauty home.
I'll just cut to it because it's a cool card and I like it. And 600 would be that would be the best.
Okay.
That'd be the best. If that helps you with anything, you can think about it.
Let me think a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna work my way around.
Yeah.
600.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Troy, I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for showing it to me.
For sure.
All right, guys, that's a wrap from the San Francisco Card Show. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. Peace.